Attention passionate Seattle Seahawks fans. Latest news, something big is happening in the NFC West and it could change the game. We're talking about a direct impact on Seattle Seahawks' path to another Super Bowl run, a power shift that could leave a division rival stumbling for years. We're bringing this to you firsthand. But before that, if you're a true Seattle Seahawks fan, subscribe to the channel to strengthen this passion even more. Show that you're also part of this family. Let's help each other reach 1,000 subscribers. Share with your FRINDS and Seattle SEAHAWKS fans. Let's get to the news all right. Folks, buckle up because the buzz in the NFL right now is all about a potential blockbuster trade that could reshape the NFC West. And the Seahawks are right in the middle of it. Rumors swirling from insiders like Diana Rossini and other NFL sources suggest that the New York Giants, currently sitting at an abysmal 2-11 and fully in tank mode, are exploring the possibility of trading one of their most valuable assets, Dexter Lawrence, the Giants' dominant defensive tackle. Now, this isn't just idle chatter. It's a serious conversation that has Seahawks fans paying close attention, especially given how much this move could bolster Seattle's already stout defense and fill a critical gap on their interior defensive line. Let's take a deep dive into what this means. The Giants, despite their struggles this season, recognize that they need to rebuild and stockpile assets for the future. Their cap situation is somewhat manageable, with around $17 million in cap space, and they're looking to make strategic moves. One of those is a trade that would send Dexter Lawrence, a true beast on the defensive line, to the Seahawks. The Giants are reportedly asking for a first-round pick in the 2026 draft along with Jarran Reed, the veteran defensive tackle who's been a solid contributor. This would free up around $20 million in cap space, money that the Giants could use to extend their young star edge rusher, Brian Burns, or to address other needs like offensive line upgrades. Now, why would the Seahawks be interested in a move like this? Well, for starters, Seattle's defense has been one of the league's most formidable units this season, but they've been missing that true interior presence that can stuff the run and disrupt the pocket from the middle. Dexter Lawrence, with his size, agility, and relentless motor, fits that mold perfectly. He's a 30-sack career guy with over 480 tackles, and he's been playing at an elite level in 2025, with 6 sacks in 13 games, a 89. 7 PFF grade, and a remarkably low 14% double-team rate. He's the kind of disruptive force that can change the dynamic of any defensive front, and for Seattle, bringing him in would be like adding a new cornerstone to their defensive identity. You see, Seattle's current interior defensive line, anchored by Jarran Reed and others, has been solid but not spectacular enough to contend with the NFC West's run-heavy offenses like the 49ers and Rams. Adding Dexter Lawrence would be a game-changer, significantly reducing opponents' rushing yards, projected at around -32% in run yards allowed, bringing their per-game average from roughly 140 yards down to closer to 95. That's a huge step forward. Plus, Lawrence's presence would elevate the pass rush, increasing interior sack rates by about 1-3 sacks per game and boosting overall pressure by around 45%. This would put even more heat on opposing quarterbacks and give Seattle's secondary a much-needed boost. Looking at the stats, Lawrence's impact is comparable to some of the league's best interior defenders. His win rate in one-on-one battles is about 19%, and his ability to generate pressures, 220 in his career, speaks volumes about his disruptive skill set. His recent performance against the Eagles in Week 10, where he recorded 10 tackles, 5 sacks, and 4 pressures, showcases his ability to influence high-stakes games. Throw in his low yards after contact, around 3.1 yards, and his EPA per run of -0.11, and you start to understand why he's seen as a potential game-changer for any defense. But of course, there are skeptics. Some argue that trading a Pro Bowl caliber player like Lawrence might weaken the Giants' interior, especially since they're allowing nearly 29 points per game and need all the talent they can get to fix their struggling defense. Plus, the Giants are in a rebuild, and parting with a young star could be viewed as a step back. However, NFL insider Adam Schefter pointed out that the Giants are under pressure to avoid a complete tanking scenario, especially with the looming possibility of a holdout or further internal tensions if they don't start building around their future. The strategic decision here might be to trade assets now for future picks, especially since they're eyeing a full rebuild. For the Seahawks, this potential trade isn't just about adding a star. It's about recalibrating their entire defensive front. With Lawrence in the fold, Seattle could see their run defense improve dramatically, making life easier for their linebackers and secondary. It would also free up edge rushers like Boy Mafe, who's racked up 9 sacks in 2025 and would benefit from less focus on double teams. The added interior pressure would allow Seattle's front seven to be even more aggressive, especially in third-and-long situations. And with the Seahawks already sitting comfortably at 10-3, a move like this could push them over the top as serious contenders. Looking ahead, the Seahawks' Super Bowl odds are already climbing. They've surged from +3-0 in December 2024 to +1-200 according to BetMGM. That's a significant jump, positioning Seattle as dark horse favorites in the NFC. The addition of Dexter Lawrence could be the final piece that elevates their defense to elite status, one that can contend with the Rams, Quinnen Williams, or the 49ers' top-tier interior linemen. His presence in the playoffs would be felt immediately, especially considering his track record of disrupting power runs and creating turnovers. Historical data shows that when interior linemen like Lawrence step up in postseason play, their teams often see a +17% win rate versus teams that rely heavily on power running game strategies, like the Rams. The story here isn't just about one player or a single trade. It's about a strategic shift. The Seahawks have built a strong foundation on the strength of their secondary and pass rush, but adding Dexter Lawrence could turn their defense into a true trench monsters, reminiscent of the legendary Legion of Boom days, but on a new, modern scale. It would give Seattle a more balanced team, capable of shutting down the run and putting relentless pressure on the quarterback. If they pull this off, it could be a defining moment in their quest for another Super Bowl appearance. Of course, the Giants' side of the story is just as interesting. They're not just giving up on this season. They're laying the groundwork for a rebuild that could pay dividends down the line. If they manage to secure a first-round pick in 2026 and a proven veteran like Jarran Reed, they're setting themselves up for a fresh start. It's a classic case of trading a star now to build for the future, even if it stings in the short term. And for the Seahawks, acquiring Lawrence would be a statement move, signaling that they're serious contenders and willing to make bold moves to secure their spot at the top of the NFC. So fans, what do you think? Is this the kind of move that could push the Seahawks over the edge and into Super Bowl contention? Or do you think trading away a key player like Lawrence might be a gamble too risky? Either way, one thing is for sure. The NFL landscape is shifting, and the Seahawks are right in the thick of it. Keep your eyes peeled because this story is far from over. As always, I'll be here bringing you all the latest updates, analysis, and insights into what's next for our beloved Seahawks. Stay tuned, stay passionate, and let's get ready for what could be an unforgettable postseason ride. Pause here just for a second. If you want the YOUTUBE algorithm to keep recommending the latest Seattle Seahawks news to you, it's super important that you leave a like on this video. Go ahead, it's quick and it makes a big difference. Thank you. Now let us continue with the big reveal. And now, Seattle Seahawks fans, I want to hear from you. What's your take on this potential Dexter Lawrence trade? Are you excited about the idea of adding such a disruptive force to our defensive line? Or do you think the Giants should hold on to their star? Drop your thoughts in the comments below. Your opinion matters so much to us and to the Seahawks. Remember, I'll be back soon with more updates, so stay tuned for the latest Seahawks news. Let's keep the passion alive and continue supporting our team through every twist and turn of this exciting NFL season. Go Hawks!